progress in the cocoa. And to do that, we have to stop the cocoa politics. That's the first point I want to make. Because as we all know, these problems have been with us from time immemorial. And I do sympathize with the president that he had to do a difficult balancing act between the greater good, if you like, and how to protect the interests of our cherished and very hard work.
Greater good at the time that Galamsey is taking over our cocoa farms.
I'm going to make that point that, you know, I feel that our cocoa sector has now come to a point where it's facing a moment of structural truth. Let me put it that way. Our cocoa sector is facing a moment of structural truth. Between the lack of proper investment into the industry and Galamsey, the sector is really suffering. And actually, when you see the average age of the cocoa farmer, they're old. You know, these are people who have worked 40. I heard one saying he had worked like 50 years ever since he was a kid.
They have nothing to show for it.
They have nothing to show for it.
They should be wealthy.
Yes, and because their money is benefiting the whole nation, and the youth are not being attracted to cocoa farming. So
it used to be attractive because you could point to a cocoa farmer and tell his wealth.
Exactly. So all that is gone. And we used to be #1 in the world. Then we are now at #2. And the way Ecuador is going, very soon we'll be #3. So what is it about us? That we just we take a lot for granted in this country. We take a lot for granted. And I think that just because we're getting reserves from gold and other things does not mean that we should abandon our core asset. We must not do that because other people are trying to get into the space. So there's still value.
That's right.
In being in that space. So for me, reform, yes, we must have reforms. The proposed reforms are quite ambitious. But the real question is, are they economically coherent? Will they work in the long term? Because right now we have to look at things long term. Are they fiscally sustainable? And operationally, will they be feasible? And most importantly, will it protect and support our farmers? Because at the end of the day, that is what this is all about.